I did my 4 pieces of holly leaves. My bigger decoration part is still in a freezer, but in meantime I can glue them I think here between images. I will be using Pent Art Express glue. Gently pressing down, really gently, so I'm not ruining the image. Okay, another side. This is the first time I'm using this glue. Before I did use normal school PVA glue, so I let you know if I prefer this one. I hope the name is true and it's drying really fast. It's the glue, it's called Express glue, so I'm hoping it's really drying fast. Okay, now one more here. I'll put that like this so I not accidentally smash the decoration piece. Okay, I will try to not smash them. I go check on my bigger decoration and I will glue them around here. So my bigger decoration is out of the mold. It's got broke a little bit, but that's fine. I will glue that. This one already dry, so I can already tell that Express glue is really great and dries super fast. Now I will glue that bigger decoration around, and on the other side my second piece of clay is still in a freezer, sorry. Okay, move them on the side. All right, flip that, put the glue. I don't know if you can see that the glue is much more thicker than classic PVA glue. This time get again a little bit broke, but that's okay. I will glue that on another side and let it dry. Hopefully in 24 hours the air dry clay harden and we can paint. just notice I cover face of the robin, so I will move this little pine cone from here. Perfect. And add little pinch of glue and glue it in different spot. Perfect. Now we can see his face clear. Now I will wait patiently until tomorrow when the air dry clay will be hardened, and I will decorate using some lovely green and red acrylic paint, and probably some brown, of course, for pie cones. So it's time to add some color for air dry clay parts. I prepare some crimson, sap green, some burnt umber, and I will use little bit lamp black in the brown color to make darker version of the brown. But before that, I will use little bit titanium white with some water as a primer on air dry clay parts, and when it's dry, I will add beautiful colors on it. You can as well use some watered down PVA glue as a primer, some gesso, heat them with the hair dryer, but not too close, so we not crack that. So I remember when I in past paint some figurines, but they was made from plaster of Paris. When I use a hair dryer, the paint was falling off after drying, gets sticky and falling off from figurine. So I will be drying that with hair dryer, but from far, really careful, and maybe on using a cold air. Adding some sap green to my palette, little bit crimson. I will first do green parts. I'm adding some crimson, so if I want a darker version of green, I will add that crimson to my sap green. Actually, I will show you that. I'm getting, I add a little bit too much and it was becoming brown, so you need a little bit red to that, and we're getting much more like, I would call that forest green. And see, so I will start with that color on my green parts and adding a little bit water. That will take some time. I will mix a little bit more that beautiful forest green color. You can see I add really much more less red, and we get a little bit different color. I like that as well, but I will add a little bit more so I can keep close possible to the first mix. little bit too much water, but I can show you something. I don't know if you can see that little color. You can actually make that paint a little bit more watered down and just gently stain the air dry clay, so it will be really gentle color. Depends what you like. Okay, so I think I will continue painting that green part off camera and I show you when it's done. And then I will add reds and brown colors on it. I finished painting the top green parts off camera. I used hair dryer to dry that. Now I will work on this green part really quickly. It's the same process. I will use the same green so they match. It's a little bit bigger leaf, so should be a little bit easier. Adding that water really helped to spread the paint over, especially it's not smooth surface. It's have lots of little lines and shapes, so it's not that easy like painting on canvas or paper. Okay, I will repeat that with rest of holly leaves. And finally we can go with our red berries. I will add a little bit more crimson to my palette. And using small brush, I will apply that red color into my berries. All the greens are painted and dry it. This time I think I will not add water, just apply red color so we have big pop-up of that red color. Just dabbing the parts where we have that berries on the sides as well. You can see that's covering really well that green parts I accidentally paint over with the green. So the red, that crimson color making a really good coverage. So, but if your paint don't have good coverage and you wanna cover darker spots with a different color, first paint them white, dry, and then you can add the red color. Okay. Some berries here. It's a really pretty color. You would like your berries a little bit darker red color, you could add a little bit that sub green here, so opposite way when we was adding a little bit red to green, so you could add the green to it or some black to make even darker, really little bit, like little pinch. Okay, I will continue adding more berry color off camera and doing a sides again in that really awkward parts. Okay, our pine cones are nicely dark brown. I did add some raw sienna into my palette, and I will mix that with a little bit plain burnt umber. And I will tap my brush over the paper towel and just gently go over whatever we already paint with that lighter color. Not a lot, just a little bit. Make the same on other side. We don't want to cover all the dark spot, just add a little bit lighter color. Let that dry for a moment, and I will add a little bit white to that mixture, even a little bit more raw sienna. Tap and add that as well on top of pine cones. Make them some highlights. Okay, so that's it. We'll let that dry, and then I will use some titanium white and a little brush like that. It's as well bristly, and we gently brush over with the white paint. This will give us like a frost effect on our leaves and other parts of decoration. So I found a little bit smaller version of the brush I just showed you. So it's slightly bigger. Smaller will be better for that job. So I taking that brush, taking a bit white paint. We don't need anything, that's dry brushing, so we don't need any water. And I show you on these berries, like gently tapping, adding the frost effect. Don't need much. I love that effect, especially on that green parts. It's adding a little bit winter magic. I'm making sure I'm happy. That's what we have now. So again, we need to let that dry. And we're nearly done with our ornament. So everything is dry. I wanna add some little like snow frame around the pictures, and for that I will be using snow pen. It's just a snow paste. Squeeze a bit on my palette. I think use my palette knife to get out some. Alright, close that back, wipe my palette knife. I will be using just a tip of it, and I I show you what I wanna do. So like adding a little frame, taking some snow paste and dabbing around that beautiful robin pictures. So not all over all ornament, just around that picture. It's basically like applying some frosting into the cake. Making little peaks, that's why I'm dabbing, so make some, yeah, you see? That's adding beautiful frame around the picture. I will do around all of them. I will show you on this one, and then the rest I done off camera, that will be much more faster. And then let it dry. So when that snow paste will be dry, then I will add some varnish, and I will be using high gloss varnish. It's called pouring glaze. That's my favorite, giving beautiful shine. Okay, so this one is done. It looks so beautiful. So I will go with all my pictures, let it dry, and then go back with varnish to finish up. All frames are done, all around ornament. I will flip that upside down, put this into my cardboard, and I will leave it to dry for a few hours and then apply some pouring glaze. All snow paste is nice and dry, so I will now add some ornament topper. I will use heavy body gel as my glue to secure that topper on top of ornament, and then I will add 3, maybe 4 layers of pouring glaze to make beautiful shine on ornament. If you would like a topper in different color, you can. I have silver ones. It was big pack of 200 of them in it. So if I wanna decorate in different colors, I can paint that. So don't need to buy tons of different colors toppers. Okay, so now when that heavy body gel dry, that will be secure and not falling off. I will start with the first layer of the pouring glaze. I will be working like half, then another half. So I will be, when that side dry, I will flip and do other one and continue with a layer all over again until I'm happy with the shine I get. Put this down, let it dry for about half hour. So that will take a time between each layer, half hour drying, Depends how warm it's in your house, but that's dry really fast. So I will continue each layers of camera, and then I show you end of result, how it's present. So ornament, it's all sealed. Now I will create some ribbon. Beautiful ornament will be ready. So I end up with 2 layers of pouring glaze on clay part and 3 layers or rest of ornaments. I have some beautiful white ribbon and some lighter and darker blue. So I will try create pretty bow. I use hot glue to stick that into ornament topper. I add little ribbon on the top, and the ornament is present like this. We have 5 images in little frames. They different, but they in the similar style. So like you can tell, ornament is really pretty. And that's it for today. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget hit like button, that will help me a lot. And I hope you come back for more art and craft videos. Until next time, bye!